What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be talking about undrafted free agents that the Detroit Lions have brought in. Let's get it started. Okay, so now we actually have its own video for Hunter Bryant. So if you guys want to know more about Hunter Bryant, go check out that video. There's an own video for him. So if you haven't seen that yet, definitely go check it out. We're really going to be focusing on the secondary players in this video, not really the punter and the two long snappers. I don't really think that there's much for me to say about them. I don't really know what to say about a long snapper. I can tell you where he went to and his size, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to say? And then a punter, Aaron Sipos, maybe we'll do a video for him down the road. He is an Australian punter that is now with the Detroit Lions, and he'll compete with Jack Fox as we let go of Matt Weil. So I think that kind of sums up those three guys. But if you guys want a video on Aaron Sipos, I definitely can, especially if he makes the team. That'd be really cool. But mainly, we're going to be talking about three undrafted free agents the Lions brought in because we already have the video on Hunter Bryant. And those are three secondary players. Let's go. The first player we have is Jeremiah Denson. Let me just say, the hype around this player is real. I'm not sure exactly why. I mean, he has some cool grades and stuff like that, but I'm not sure what it is. I've had a lot of people DMing me Jeremiah Denson. They're hyped that this guy could start or something. It's crazy. It's wild. And the Lions agreed to terms with Jeremiah Denson, the safety out of Auburn. Now, this is a 3-year starter at Auburn because he had a knee injury when he was a freshman, so he took the entire 2016 season off to rehab. Now, obviously, playing at Auburn is not something easy. Actually, Aaron Sipos was also from Auburn, so that's kind of interesting. But it's not easy to play at Auburn, and Auburn does put out some good undrafted free agents. They've actually, had a history of sometimes they can actually make the team. This is a player at safety that doesn't necessarily have, everything that you really want to be a pure safety. He's 6 foot tall, 191, not really going to play in the box very well, so, that may be a little concerning as a Lions fan. We know a lot of safeties of ours play in the box at times. Probably won't do that very well. He's not great as a safety, but he's looked at as a guy that could potentially move to that slot cornerback position, where that's where he started. Actually, in 2017, he was a slot corner, and then in 2018, he moved to the safety position, where he got a little bit better when it came to his coverage grade, but he actually started at that slot cornerback position. Some people believe he could be like a nickel dime type of secondary type of player that comes in certain situations, and he's obviously going to get an opportunity from the Detroit Lions. His career totals, he has 199 total tackles, which is just messed up. All right, whoever didn't let him get that 200th tackle, that's not right. That's real jacked up. 4 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles in those 3 years as a starter. So yes, he was at Auburn 4 years, but really just 3 years. 2019, he had an absolute breakout year when it came to coverage. He just looked a lot better in 2019. I think this is why all the hype is there from a lot of Lions fans that he could make the team. I think some people actually do want to see him make the team for sure because he could be a guy that can help in the slot, can help in those dime and nickel packages. We'll see. I mean, we're really deep at that cornerback position right now, so maybe he will stay at that safety spot because I do think J-Ron Curse does play special teams. Maybe he's a special teamer. I'm not necessarily sure what his role will be, but I do know in 2019 he looked a lot better, so that's probably a big reason that the Lions showed some interest in going to get him. Next up, we're going to talk about Jalen Elliott. This is a safety out of Notre Dame. Now, this is kind of cool because obviously we drafted Julian Okwara as well. There was a lot of very talented players out of Notre Dame, and Jalen Elliott is a 6 foot, 205 pound safety as well. So again, these guys can play a little bit cornerback, but they're all really listed as safeties. Now, this guy has great ball skills and physicality. He has a great ability to force incompletions, but that looks like he could actually move to the cornerback position. We know that Jeremiah Denson went from slot cornerback to safety. It looks like a guy like Jalen Elliott could potentially move from safety to cornerback because he has the size to play cornerback. He has the ball skills to play cornerback. He has the physicalness to do it. He doesn't really press, but he has the abilities to play the cornerback position. That may be somewhere where he moves because safeties, he's shown some struggles. But again, we know Lions like those big physical, cornerbacks over 6 foot, and obviously Jalen Elliott being 6 foot tall, over 200 pounds. Maybe that's something that could interest Lions. I would not be shocked if that was someone that they're trying to see if he can, move to that position. He had 11 forced incompletions, which is obviously very impressive. One of his main problems were missing tackles. He had a big missed tackle issues that really didn't get resolved, and that's something that you definitely have to keep an eye on as a safety when you're kind of the last line of defense and you looked at it as that guy that, if something bad happens, you got your safety back there. He's kind of inconsistent, and it's very concerning at times to have this guy back there because of the missed tackle concerns, because of stuff like that. So possibly moving this guy to cornerback because he has ideal size, he has the ball skills, he has the forced incompletions. This guy could potentially be competing for that cornerback position or a depth one with guys like Darryl Roberts, with Michael Fords. And finally, Bobby Price out of Norfolk State. Now, this guy got me real interested as soon as I looked at him because this is a 6'4", 205 pound safety. 6'4". That right there got me interested because we know I like looking at those big safeties because the big safeties I feel like can play in the box and really give you a couple of different looks. And a guy that's 6'4" is very interesting. Now, obviously, he went to Norfolk State, which he was a 2-time All-MEAC player. So again, really don't know what conference that is. He started in 30 plus games, and all of those games he actually played at safety. I think it was 32 games out of the 37 he started. He played all of those games at safety. So again, another safety. His career stats are 229 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 7 interceptions, 23 pass breakups, and 4 fumble recoveries. Obviously not the same talent as Auburn and Notre Dame at Norfolk State, but the numbers are still pretty good, and that size is a reason I think the Lions may have brought this guy in, just to see, move him around, play him in different spots, see what he could potentially do, because he is a rangy tackler that has the ability to tackle pretty well. He's pretty lengthy, and, he has some solid athletic ability, but again, the competition is super concerning, so we'll see if he can, make it through training camp or what happens to him, but he struggles in man coverage, so I don't think this is a guy that can move that cornerback spot. Plus, when you're 6'4", moving the cornerback is, that might not be the easiest thing to do. That's a pretty big cornerback, but we'll see. I mean, these are really interesting players. I mean, they all give you something different, right? Jeremiah Denson was a guy that struggled in the slot, and then all of a sudden, 2019, he steps up and he just balls out at the safety position. Jalen Elliott is one of those guys that, looks like he has the ball skills, to potentially play that cornerback position, but at safety, you don't feel super confident. And then you get a guy like Bobby Price, who's just, going to Norfolk State. He's 6'4". It's like, whoa, these are all different type of cornerbacks with all different type of skill sets, and it's going to be interesting to see if any of these guys make the team. I would love to see at least one of them make the team, but we'll see. I know I've been saying a lot of stuff about Jeremiah Denson, so I'll definitely be rooting for him. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.